Hey guys, StandardVR, coach of the Kansas City Kirim, back with week 5 of the SPL D-League. This week we are taking on the Minnesota Lycan Wolves, coached by none other than DyeItTight. If you haven't checked out their channel, what are you waiting for? Go to the description below, click their link, drop a sub, show them some love, let them know that I sent you. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and drop a sub for me if you've been enjoying the Draft League content. We've had a ton of Legends CA content on this channel. And we'll slowly get back into some VGC stuff. So let's get into DyeItTight's team. And if you are just interested in the battles, timestamps are in the description below. You know how it goes. So let's see how aggressive this team is. They, of course, have the Greninja, which is super fast. That dark water typing is so good. So much coverage option to this thing. You never know if it's special or physical. It can just U-turn around. It's a great lead pivot mon. Then, of course, they have that bulky Iron Hands. I'm super VGC pilled, so I always assume this thing is rocking an Assault Vest. Will I get cooked by a Sword Stance Iron Hand set? Stay tuned to find out. Then you got that Ogerpon Hearthflame that has all the setup it needs. You know, Sword Stance, gets Trailblaze to boost its speed. You can pair that with the Landorus Therian that can lower my Roaring Moon's attack. All my physical attackers have a hard time dealing with the Landorus. Mesprit is kind of like a Mew. You never really know what kind of set it's going to run. It can be offensive, but it could also just be Rocks and T-Wave. It's all good. Then you got that Archaladon. Is that sturdy? Is it, you know, the defense boosting ability that I'm blanking on right now? This thing's super hard to take down. It's usually super bulky. You got the Hisuian Avalugg that just with its sturdy ability can just be a huge menace. Avalanche does a ton of damage into my team. And then you got the spin support with the Blastoise. You also have to respect the Shell Smash Blastoise. As soon as you don't respect Shell Smash Blastoise, that's when you get swept by Shell Smash Blastoise. And then Dye has two great Terra Captains in that Basculegion and Fezandipity. These things are super hard to prep for. Fez is super bulky, and then like that Poison Touch ability and all that kind of stuff, like being able to poison things is ridiculous. And Basculegion, we all know, a super offensive threat. And again, physical or special, who knows? So what we are bringing this week, we have a Choice Scarf Hitmontop with 252 attack. We got 216 plus speed to outspeed everything, and that 40 HP. This is my dedicated lead. This is like the close combat Archaladons. This is the, like, what am I running? Not Ice Spinner, Triple Axle to take out the Lando, get some surprise KOs, maybe with this Scarf. It's good. We're going to see if it can work. Then next up, we got, again, a Choice Scarf Roaring Moon with 252 adamant attack because we don't need the speed boost because, you know, we got that Scarf. This should outspeed a lot of things, even a lot of Scarf or booster mons. That 44 HP just to kind of live anything cheekily if we need to. Then third, we have a red card Raging Bolt. This is my get out of jail free card if something starts to get set up. We got 120 points in special attack with that modest nature, 252 defense just to kind of wall out maybe like a physical Basculegion. They have a lot of physical attackers on their side, so that's kind of why I'm building the Bolt kind of like this. We want max defense with 80 HP and 56 BDF just to kind of wall some stuff. Then, of course, we have the Sash Mew with 252. We are going to Special Attacker Mew. No dual wing beat this week. 184 plus speed to outspeed. I believe the Landorus is what I was outspeeding there, and 72 points in HP. This is just your standard kind of Sash Mew stuff, so we'll see what it does. Then we got a Choice Specs Vaporeon, and this is 252 modest special attack with 224 points in SPDF and 32 HP. This one had to come because we couldn't let that Basculegion be getting too crazy and out of control with like Spec Surfs, Banded, Wave Crashes, whatever. So this is just to kind of come in, maybe soak a water attack, and flip turn out. We are heavy SPDF just in case, you know, they Shadow Ball with the Basculegion. So that should live too, unless they are like super aggro, modest Specs, Ghost Terra, worst case scenario. Then we're kind of, you know, we're in trouble. That being said, we got the Shaman. We're rocking another Scarf because we're just being degenerates this week. With the Scarfs, we got 194 plus speed because this, again, will outspeed Scarf Lando. 252 special attack because, you know, Seed Flare, Air Slash, Earth Power goes kind of crazy into the team, and 72 HP. This also is a very good check into the Archaladon, which I don't think, I forgot to put the graphic on here, but we are Ground Terra Shaman this week. Because, again, those, like, Ground Terra boosted Earth Powers hits Fez really hard, it hits Archaludon really hard. We kind of need to get rid of the Lando, and then this Ground Terra Shaman can kind of go crazy. So those are the 6 this week that your Kansas City Kyurem are bringing against DyeItTight and the Minnesota Lycan Wolves. Let me know your predictions for this battle in the comments below. And guys, definitely check out their channel. Drop a sub. And I've held you up long enough. Let's get into these battles. Let's go. All right, we are up against DyeItTight. Absolutely great content creator, great guy. It's been so much fun to prep this week. They have a terrifying team. That Archaludon is really scary. Didn't really want to deal with it. Got Terra Ghost Basque Legion and Terra Flying Pheasantipity, which means Raging Bolt is going to be kind of nice here. I was really worried about a Terra Fairy Basque Legion. We do have the Hitmontop lead. I think the Scarf Hitmontop is always our lead. We're going to go ahead and lock that in. And I'm going to write down these mons real quick before I forget. Because note-taking, the hardest part of draft and playing in general, actually. Because I never took notes at regionals either. Huh. Got Fez, and we got Hands. Moon. Bolt. Write down my own team as well, so it's easier to track in the battle. Nope, I already wrote down that one. All right, we're going to lock it in. Good luck, have fun to die. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. What we got? Sweet. Oh, he's just leading off with the Baxcalibur. Be a shame if I had a Hitmontop that could just, you know, a close combat it. Do I want to do that? I mean, you'd switch in Lando, right? That's fine. Yeah, there's the pivot. Should be Lando. Could be Rocky Helmet. Oh, no, just the Basque Legion. Better play than Lando. Getting just gamed on turn 1. All right. We go Vaporeon always. Whole reason Vaporeon's here, to make sure this thing can't just flip, turn around, and be an absolute menace. Terra Ghost Shadow Ball does absolutely cook, though, if that thing's like specs. So, gotta watch out for that. They're going Terra Ghost immediately. Scary, scary things. Scary, scary things. Are they Agility Basque Legion? I'd be sad. I'd be really sad if they're Agility Basque Legion. Nope, just Terra Ghost Shadow Ball. Very nice. Cool. Does about half. Does about half. I don't really have a switch into this thing. I could go Moon. But how much does a Terra Ghost do to Moon? Because I bet it's like way too much. Basque Legion. Female. Let's assume specs. Terra Ghost. Shadow Ball to Moon does 40. Yeah, that's kind of more than I really want to deal with. I'm fine clicking flip turn in case they want to predict. Yep, nope. So, Basque Legion KOs Vaporeon with a crit. I don't think that was needed. Alright. So this seems like a pretty free Iron Moon. Not Iron Moon, Roaring Moon. Knockoff looks great. Let me see. Obviously, you have really good switch-ins. I do think we just U-turn this. Yeah. Baymax. Baymax, the Iron Hands. Very nice. No booster, which is good. Good. Didn't want to see booster attack Iron Hands. That thing is a menace, let me tell you. Alright, we could go Hitmontop, to be honest. We could go Mew. I actually don't hate Mew in this situation. Just throw off a Psychic. The only resist is really the Archaludon. You could go Shaman. You don't have a switch into Earth Power now, so that's kind of nice. I think Mew's fine. Because you definitely don't want to stay in and take this. I mean, you're probably Assault Vested. But I think we just throw off a Psychic. Rocks would have been kind of nice here, but I kind of want a Thunder Wave to slow some things down if I needed to, especially since I'm sashed. But let's see what Baymax wants to do. Does he want to stay in versus the Mew? He said no. It's probably an Archaludon if I'm not mistaken. San Francisco. Yep. Cool. That's decent damage. That might not be Assault Vested, to be honest. You might be Power Herb? You did 27. You got some SPDF investment, but I don't think you're invested. Which means this does a decent chunk. That's decent. I will take that. You can get all the stamina boosts you want. That's fine. Dragon Pulse, good. I don't have a fairy type, so it's very good. It's very good. And I think from this spot, actually, Shaman Earth Power picks up. I could just throw off a Thunder Wave. Let's see if they get rid of hands. I mean, if they... You know what I'm saying. If they get rid of Mew. Let's go ahead and Thunder Wave this thing. If you want to stay in, that's fine. We'll throw some RNG in here. Let's do it. Dragon Pulse. Nice. Arch gets a kill and Mew goes down. Alright. So... This is... Let's see. How much does Knock do from Moon? 45 to 53. Shaman's fine. I don't want to get, like, locked into Earth Power, though. And they are slower, so I actually think our Bolt Dragon Pulse should just pick up. Yeah, I'm fine going Bolt here. We'll just throw the Dragon Pulse. Yeah, you can switch into Fez if you want. They are preserving and preserving. Yago. That's that Fez. Cool. Alright, so this thing is a bit of a problem, to be absolutely honest. Play Rough does about half. Discharge does a good chunk. Also gives me a para chance. So we're going to throw it. Poison Jab. I'm not switching. I am like max Fizz Death as well. Red card. You can just get out of here. You just go ahead and go away. So we know they are Poison Jab. Which means they're physical too. Discharge into the Archaludon. See how much this does. It did about 25. Archaludon. You're not. Yeah, so you have some. I feel like I do just have to Dragon Pulse this thing again. And again, I know you can go Fez. Yep. Should have just discharged, but I can take that thing out at any time. So this is Fez. Assume bulky pivot. Again, you don't KO me with anything. So we just discharge. This makes me a little bit weaker versus Gren. Yeah, you do about half. Ooh, that is vested. That is definitely vested. Really wish I kept Earthquake on this thing now. Let's see. Let's go here. Get an Intimidate down. And I think I'm actually going to try and get a Sunny Day up. I think that's my plan. Ooh, as they miss Play Rough. My bad. That is on fort. Let me go and get a Sunny Day up here. This way maybe I can pick up some KOs with my Scarf. Roaring Moon. They're about to 6-0 me. Yeah, there's the pivot. Is this Basque Legion again? Yep. Alright, Terra Ghost, Shadow Ball. Obviously, just cooks. I think here we can just go Moon. Sorry, put a pen in my mouth. Shouldn't give me things to hold. Get that big attack boost. There's the Shadow Ball. Should do about 30. Yeah. That's a lot. Okay. Basque Legion. Female with specs. How much does Earthquake do? I think we just Earthquake. Do they go Lando here? They go Lando here. I'm big sad. San Francisco. Alright. Moon gets a KO and Arch goes down. This is a pretty free Landorus. They should realize that I'm Scarfed. By the way, I'm playing this. Zeus. The Landorus. Alright. This is always a Hitmontop. Every day of the week. There's that U-turn. That's fine. There is the Basque Legion. They are Ghost Terror. How much does it take from Triple Axle? Should do about half, which I am absolutely fine clicking. Nope, never mind. Not about half. They are super bulky. Big Shadow Ball. Just picks up the KO, man. Alright. Sun is gone. How much does Basque Legion do to Raging Bolt? Shadow Ball does way too much. Got me in a bit of a pickle here. Could just go... If we go Shaman... And we just Seed Flare. Doesn't even pick up the KO, man. That thing's so bulky. Yeah. Spassky's just gonna run away with it. We do live. We do lose our special defense. We do go into Roaring Moon. Alright, how do we get out of it? I don't think we get out of this, actually. We have to stop the bleeding somehow, and it's not gonna work. There's Shadow Ball. Alright. Let's see. I do think we just have to click knock. Yeah, AV Fez is just gonna clean up the end game, I think, here. We can go into Lando. No, they'll just give us fast. That's down. Another KO for Moon. Should be a pretty free Fez, to be honest. Baymax. No, they're going with the Iron Hands. They're going to Drain Punch this thing. I don't have outplay. We just knock. Get rid of, hopefully it's fast. Ooh, the Shuckle Berry. Yeah, Earthquake wouldn't have even mattered. Moon goes down. Alright, the problem is that the Lando's still around, so like Earth Power doesn't quite do it. How much does Seed Flare do to Iron Hands? That's your standard sword stance set. That's Boulder, not Hands. I tell you what, I do this every single time I'm trying to calc things. Yeah, not near enough. Earth Power doesn't even pick up. Terra does. Nope. Not enough. That's how much it does. Trying to think if there's any outplay here, and there's really not. Yeah, there's nothing really to do here. I think they got us this week. We'll go X2. I think it's week 5, so 3-2. Which isn't bad. Not bad. Yeah. They're just going to stay in. Take the KO. Got that Drain Punch. Just in case they wanted to do something weird, you know what I mean? Like go into Lando. It would have been good, but it is what it is. Alright, we go Bolt. That's what its name is. Its name is Bolt. How much do you do? 20. Let's see, you should always just kind of Drain Punch or Ice Punch here, right? Maybe they try to save. Let's see. I think we just click Dragon Pulse. You can go into Fez. Yeah. Not really anything I can do. I don't even think 2 discharges would take out Fez. Yeah. Like I said, I think this thing is super AV. Maybe Thunderclap, just for the fun of it. Yeah. GG's. GG's at DyeItTight. Great prep, great work this week. Guys, definitely check out their channel in the description below. Drop a sub. Give them a follow. Check out their side of the battle. And as always, guys, have a great day. Peace.